let's see where we are on this. Is for the tub fill. Get that up against the wall. Perfect. How does that fit? Oh, that fits lovely. Ah, that fits pretty lovely. The whole thing moves around a little bit, but whatever. Now the trick here on this valve body, let me get the finish trim. And yeah, he's using all the old same chrome. I believe this is a Delta. I could be wrong though, because it doesn't say Delta on it, although it's a Delta style. Anyhow, you have to be sure that your tile tucks back behind this chrome. And on this particular valve, the tricky part is that the shutoffs for this valve to service it are here, and the cold water is on this side. I don't know if you can see how well you can see those screws, and they're a little dark. And my hands are dirty. I don't feel like digging for a flashlight somewhere. But anyhow, the hot and cold shutoff are here and here, and then this stainless steel ring has to be able to pull out. This is the retainer clip once you pull these two Phillips to pull the shower mixer assembly out. So I need to bring the tile in pretty tight. Pretty tight. Yeah, so this chrome covers, right? Because you don't want water getting behind. Excuse my sniffles. It's pretty cold. It's like 41 degrees outside, so it's a little. Got my jacket on today till the sun really starts warming things up. But it'll be fun because that's a single piece. And this is going to be pretty thin on this side, as is on this side. But it is what it is, where it is, and we're going to make it work. So I'm going to set you down for a minute, pay attention to these cuts, and I'll be right back. Alright, I came in with my utility knife, and I cleaned off the edges of any dry schmutz that was on there from yesterday. And I actually got this one to fit a little bit tighter. I knew it was being held back. I'm not a real big fan of leaving fields like this exposed, because now it makes my job more difficult. It makes the tiler's job more difficult, because now I can't manipulate these tiles to match any inconsistencies in this wall here. So hopefully everything is level enough to where I can get everything to continue to match. But sometimes you just run out of daylight, you run out of energy and desire, and stuff's just got to be left. Anyhow, so you got to come in and clean these edges if you're running the tight lines like this. So that made that fit right. Here's how I ended up with this one here. Oh, you better hold on, bear back. And you can see I gotta pull this one out. I'm not gonna do it now because it's dry, but I can make up this difference with mortar. But this is kind of how I decided to make the hole. I'm not gonna dress these corners up because it really doesn't matter. And quite honestly, well, whatever. I'm not gonna be the one servicing this valve down the road anyway. This is a one and done kind of job, and I'm not a plumber. So by giving him all this clearance right now makes my work a little more difficult now, and I'm just being a nice guy to the plumber down the road. I could be a dick and just have cut an easy hole and slammed this thing in there and been done with it, but I'm not that guy. So let's see if this will fall. Stay. Where's the trim piece? Let's see if the trim piece fits. Nice. That will be wonderful. Actually, it goes the other way. It goes that way. Drain holes on the bottom. Yeah, and it's nicely covered. There's plenty of overlap of the tile. That gives me plenty of meat on this tile to make it waterproof. Excuse me, makes it waterproof. Aces. Alright, the rest is pretty slam dunk. Maybe I'll come back when it's time to cut that hole. I shouldn't leave these because they're dry. We'll see if they fall down while I'm talking. What's interesting is that this one lines right up to the seam, so I don't even need to use my my diamond bit to cut a hole. I think I could just come in and notch each seam. Schmitz and Schmitz. I think so. It's kind of the way it looks, right on that line. Makes it easy. Alrighty, I'm going to set you all down. I'm going to get crack-a-lackin'. I'll be right back. Alright, now it's time to clean up the saw, clean up the tools. A little breezy today. Sun came out, so I got my jacket off because I don't quite need it. But let's go inside and let's take a peek and see. It's like 4.5 hours later from the last video. I ran it all the way out to the edge. And I'm going to get a piece of molding. He wanted they had a piece of molding here before. That's what I'm going to do. I'll get a piece of wood molding and take it all the way up to the ceiling. That's how the inlay came out. And then in this case here, I ran it out to the molding. Words of wisdom, leave a gap. Here's a words of wisdom. Never have your tile touching any metallic or solid surface, because the expansion and contraction ratio of porcelain over cast iron versus natural stone, or chrome over brass versus natural stone, the expansion and contraction rates are extremely different. So this one, for example, I freehand cut this because, as we talked about, it's right on the seam, but you want to make sure you have space, because when you run hot water through here in the shower, man, oh man, this is going to, you don't want it touching, because then you're just putting stress on areas that you don't need stress on. And down there, what I do is I'll take a piece of corrugated cardboard, usually from the box the tile comes in. That's about when it compresses, it's about a 32nd of an inch. I don't know if you can even see that, but I put shims under there to make that tile come up off the tub, about a 32nd of an inch. You don't need a whole lot, and then that'll get silicone. That'll get a clear silicone around it, and that way when things expand and contract or the house moves a little bit, you're not chipping the marble, the marble. What I did up top, we're not going to run trim in there. We're going to keep it as it sits. What I did was I had some remaining tile mastic in the bucket. So I shoveled it. I wetted it up just a little bit to make it like a loose mix. Dropped it in a pastry bag or a grout bag. They look like pastry bags. But a grout bag, and I came in and I filled in the void space up there with tile mastic, because that stuff will not shrink. And then when I do the grout, I'm going to grout over the top of that just to get the color. And what we're using is a non-sanded grout, which is rated up, I think it's up to about a 1/16 of an inch gap. So anything more than about a 1/16 of an inch, and that stuff shrinks. But this way it'll basically just be a thin layer over that mastic. And I'm not going to do that today. If I was absolutely rushed to get this done today, these are just, you know what, I'm going to leave those alone. These were kind of kicking out a little bit. But if I was absolutely rushed to get this done, completed, out of here today, I would grout it. It just makes things a little more tricky. And I don't need tricky. You got to get all that crap off. I do have to go here before I leave today. I'm going to bail out of here in just a few minutes, but after I clean my tools. But I'm going to go through here with a wet rag and wipe everything down. Make sure I don't have any boogies. See, the more I'm looking, I see I got little boogies. But yeah, that's not horrible. You'll see how out of flush this, I didn't put it in. I don't know where it's been. I don't know how it was put in originally. But I'll show you how out of plumb, let me kneel down on my bad knees on this concrete. Look at how far out of line this is. This is a full inch low here. So this tub drops. No, excuse me, kicks up into the face here. It tips to the back a full inch. You can see here too. This would be where a full 12-inch tile would go. But I kept this true level to earth, right? So this first course of tile, I had to make sure I was bubble level, which meant on this one I shaved off almost a full inch of this piece right here to get it and keep it level. And then you can see where 12 inches from this line would normally be. And over here we're just over. It's crazy. Whatever. It is what it is. I didn't do it. Like I said, it is what it is. You got to go with what they want sometimes. Not all the time. Sometimes I can veto. But this isn't I'm not going to utilize my power of veto for this. And it went right over the old concrete board, or the old concrete base, just fine. Yeah, alright, so clean up, get the hell out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and we'll do some grout, and I'll let you know how she looks.